Hey guys, it's Parallax Abstraction, and welcome back to Retro Flashback gets its ass kicked by the last level of Super Castlevania 4. Well, yeah, last time we got ourselves past the clocks, and oh boy, has this ramped things up a notch, or doesn't. So, we are on the last level here, which I pointed out in the last episode. It was rather telling that you're given a 1,000-second time limit, and yeah. I don't know how long this level is, but we got a decent amount into it, and it looked like there was still a lot left, and I have to get through all of this and kill Dracula in one round of lives, or do it all again. So, strap in. I have a feeling we may be here a while, but we'll see. The last level didn't take quite as long as I anticipated, so maybe we'll get lucky. Ah yes, Bat Bridge. I have learned the optimal strategy for this. It is prance along like you're walking away from an explosion, and pay it no mind, and don't go after the candles, you idiot. They are merely there to tempt you into certain death. Yeah, you better run. Fortunate, I could have got a few little points there if I managed to get one in, but oh well. Thankfully, it does checkpoint you here. Though, you know, this is its own level of hell, but at least that first section's actually really easy to get through without burning a life. Unless, of course, you know, Simon chooses to go down the stairs instead of jumping onto them like he was told. The one little thing about these stairways is that if you are touching them even a little bit when you try to move past something, he will assume you want to climb down. You know. You look at this area and you're kind of like, well, obviously you don't want to do that, especially when these are stairs that fall apart, but, you know, Simon ain't necessarily the sharpest tool in the Belmont shed, it would appear. Alright, now we get our axe. Go back up. And this is the point where that thing stops coming. Whoa, whoa, I forgot that was a thing that existed. Okay. See ya. Don't come back. But then, of course, we have our own other self-scrolling hellscape that we have to deal with here. I mean, it's not really self-scrolling, but, you know. Okay, so you can get on all of these platforms without having to use the hook. That is actually kind of handy. Little riskier, but handy nonetheless. However, here, I believe we are, yes. Here you have no choice. Okay, there we go. Considering I haven't played since yesterday, I'm feeling pretty good at how I've done thus far. Not to get cocky and overconfident. You know what that does to people, especially me. I do wish this handed out a little bit more in the money and points department here, though. Hitting an extra life, at least at this point in the level, seems to be pretty much impossible. Okay. All right! This is where I got... Yes. That's... Yeah. Dag blast it. That's where I got nailed the last time. I completely forgot that those things go, that there's spikes along the entire right edge of that thing. I knew I was going to forget something before we got too far into this, but that's alright. This will probably be largely a practice/research run, you know how it is, but I think we'll be... Dag blast it! Ah! Okay. Again, that first section might be kind of boring, but at least it's real straightforward to get through before you checkpoint here, so at least it did that. That's definitely more than you might expect out of these games to do to you in the last level. Why won't you climb the stairs, you stupid idiot? My name is Simon, and I don't know how stairs work. Yeah, Simon actually speaks like Mongo from the old Heathcliff cartoon.
Yeah, my name is Simon, and I don't understand how important it is to get off of falling stairs. Yeah.
Probably like 3 people listening. There's probably like 3 people maybe who's in my entire subscriber base who understand the reference I'm making. An obscure 80s cartoon that I actually thought was okay, but that no one really, as I understand it, no one really liked back in the day. And it actually wasn't even the Heathcliff segment of that cartoon. It had 2 halves. One cartoon was the Heathcliff cartoon, and the other one was called, like, Cats and Company or something, which was all, I think, original characters. That's actually where that's from. Or maybe they were in the comics, I don't know. I never really read, like, newspaper comics as a kid. I never really read comics at all, to be honest with you. Nothing in particular against them, they just never really grabbed me. Why did I do that? It's nice to know you can avoid the hook there, but also, why did I do that? Whoa, you get out of here. Alright. And now we're back in this hellscape. Okay. Yeah, I am generally kind of alright with not using the hooks there. It's much quicker. Much quicker and really requires, if anything, less precision than using the hooks. Because getting those jump timings right with the hooks, especially with the things flying around, the hooks really you should treat as your second option. Like, oh, I screwed up the base jump kind of way, so this is what I'm going to do instead to try to correct for that. So I'm gonna guess, I'm gonna just wait and see. Yeah. I was gonna say, I guess that these platforms don't come until you get up here. So you basically gotta jump here and move like the wind. Oh, we did it! Sadly, we were on our last life. So, even though we're in this all-new section, yeah, we're on our last life. Uh-oh. Let me guess. Yeah, mid-boss or boss rush or something. What in God's name are you? I don't like you at all. No! Bro, you suck. You suck! Ooh, I don't like that guy. Not at all. He takes a lot of damage, too. Ick. Okay. Oh! It continues you here? Oh, word! I figured it would have taken me back to the other section. Oh, wow. This game is a lot more forgiving. Unfortunately, I only have my level 1 chain whip and no special weapons, which means this guy's going to be way harder now. At least now I know this guy doesn't fall on my head anymore. Or rather, I do know that he falls on my head. I am so happy that this game starts me here. I mean, this guy is not going to be easy, but the fact that it starts me here makes life so much easier. I'm actually really surprised it did that, because usually when you get to a level, you know, you fail out, you start from the beginning. You don't start from a midpoint. I mean, we're not in, like, normally every level starts you back at the 1 block, but this one... Okay, all I have to do to avoid his fireball stab is duck. So this is just a long pattern. At least I got my level 2 whip this time. This guy must have, like, either a second form or something he morphs into, right? Because this, yeah, I was gonna say, this so far, way too simple. Also, I don't know what the difference is between when he's green and when he's yellow. Like, does that make him more susceptible to damage? I actually don't know. Ah, you son of a... Okay. Well, I almost got him. His pattern's actually not that bad, so... I'm actually not too perturbed about this. This is relatively straightforward at this point, it seems. I do want to know, though, like, after I beat this guy, I almost want to look up a fact and see what the difference is between when he's yellow and green, because you can hurt him when he's green. Oh, you know what it is? No, he's invulnerable when he's green. The reason I'm hurting him when he still looks green is because he's just turning back to yellow at that point. So that's probably what it is just that when he's green, he's invulnerable. I figured maybe if you were to wait until he turned yellow, he would take a little bit more damage or something, but... that attack doesn't really seem avoidable. You can probably just jump out of the way in just the nick of time or something. Gotcha! Yeah! Alright, with 1 health left. Oh. Except that just takes you right on through. I bet it doesn't save there. I bet that's the trick. Is that you checkpoint there, but you have to fight that guy every single time you continue. And now is another boss. Yeah, this is a boss rush. It's all new bosses, but it nonetheless is a rush. And then I bet I have to do all of this and then fight Dracula. And every time I continue, I have to do all these bosses over again, and I have to do it with no special weapons. That's kind of craptastic. That's rough, man. Okay, I was gonna say, you're not dead yet. Oh, you're pissy now. Yeah. Ooh, okay. This is way rougher than I thought. Oh, no! Okay, well, it took me back here. So if I continue, I'm probably gonna have to deal with the first guy again. But now that my life is down, I do this. But I bet if I continue, I have to fight these 2 guys, possibly whatever comes after them, and then Dracula. I actually don't know the layout of this rush. I purposely kept myself in the dark. Like, it's been so long since I beat this game, I really don't remember much about it, so... And unfortunately, having to do this guy with not only no special weapons, but not even a long whip is just mean. Like, real mean. Like, at least give me the opportunity to fight him with the whip you're supposed to fight a boss with, you know? If you don't do it the first time. Like, this game definitely does what a lot of the Mega Man games and stuff do, which is that if you don't fight... you know, if you don't beat a boss the first time out, it actually puts you at a significant disadvantage. So you're actually, like, disincentivized. Like, if you fail the first time, it actually makes life worse for you, which seems like a rather odd punishment for failing to make the difficulty higher. But that's definitely what it's done here. But the thing is, I'm not that mad, because at least if I continue, it's not going to make me start the whole level again. And that last boss, his pattern is not that bad. He's manageable. So, and if I could get through this guy first time out, so that I retain my long whip, then that would be good. There is one little thing I do know that I'm not going to show you guys till we get there, because I have to see if I can even pull it off. But there is one trick I remember from back in the day that I discovered from, I believe it was a magazine or something, where you get before you fight Dracula that gives you a tiny little advantage. It's not really much of one in the end, because it's still a very hard fight, but it is a thing I know about, and it's not cheating because it is in the game. It's potentially cheesing a little bit, but I have no problem taking advantage of that. Alright, there's that guy. That is a very long death. Yep. Now we move on to another boss. So yeah, this is probably a 3-boss rush to beat the end of this game at least. Nope. I think it's going to be, at least a 3-boss rush. Because I remember to get to Dracula, you go to the left. Oh, Moses. Yeah, this is gonna suck. Yeah. If this makes me do the whole rush over again, then this last little while of play here is gonna be pretty terrible. Oh, it doesn't! Oh, it just makes you do each boss individually. Okay, well, that's much simpler. I'm actually really, really surprised at that. That is being incredibly generous for a Castlevania game. Truth be told, I wouldn't have been that mad if it did make you do the boss rush over again, because the fact that it doesn't make you do the entire level before the boss rush is already way more than most Castlevania games will ever do for you. So that's actually pretty impressive, but I don't know what to do with this guy. Holy crap! He's so fast with those things, and they do so much damage. Ooh, this guy's gonna be tough. Real tough. Okay. You know what, though? I don't even mind. If you're checkpointing me after every boss, then I can sit here and take my time, and it's not a big deal. And truth be told, this entry animation's a little bit long, but truth be told, I don't even care if because, like, at least with this boss, you fail so fast that... Whoa! Okay, so that's, I guess, what happens if you, I don't know how to get out of there, though. So you actually don't have to keep hitting him while taking out his little tiny scythes. You just have to wait until he does that. Problem is, without a special weapon, a knife would be, or dagger would be really handy there. But I kind of don't know what I'm supposed to do with him. Like, because I can pull away from him. See, if I get back there, I can get away from him, but I don't know how to dodge this thing, and with no special weapon, it's very difficult to hit him at range. There is obviously a trick to this that I don't know. I just wish... I really wish it would hand me a special weapon. Though I guess I don't really have many hearts. There's not much I could do with it anyway. Huh, that time he didn't do his big hug thing. Do I even have the long whip? Yes, I do. Okay. Ha! Well. This is gonna be interesting. It would be nice if I could get through this whole boss rush in one mode, but I don't know. I know the Dracula battle is mostly just pattern recognition, but but if anything, I remember this seems to be really, really brutal, because, like, I don't remember... Okay, so I can jump over that. Like, I honestly don't remember... This guy doesn't seem to have a pattern, because he has, like, these two types of attacks, but they're both very, very hard to dodge, and he takes a lot of damage. Yeah, that's rough. To a certain degree, I think I'm just gonna have to get lucky here. Which means we may be here a while, because this is me. Luck is not so much my middle name as it is the... You know, the name people used to make fun of me with because it's so rare. Okay. I got him down. I have gotten him down over halfway, so to a certain degree. I mean, when he does this sort of fly around little mini scythe attack thing, he probably does have like a flight pattern that you can follow, where you can more or less predict what's coming. But the problem is when he's in this mode, right, you're basically doing everything you can just not to get hit by his scythes. And when he does his crazy hug attack thing, you got to spend pretty much your whole time just getting a, like, making sure you don't touch him. So you're in kind of a, you know, like I can get out here, and yeah, if I had friggin', you know, if I had like daggers or something, he'd be easy to take out because I could just stand against the block and fuck. But here, I don't really have that option. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to get better at, you know, attempting to both hit him and dodge his size at the same time. There's obviously, yeah, because he does have a, when he's doing these attacks, he does have a pattern because he always shoots at an angle. See, like here, he did his hug attack pretty much right out the gate. Okay, well, yeah, you can get some hits in there if you time things right, because his hug attack doesn't come at you the same way both times, and it seems to be predictable, like it's always doing the same. Okay, we almost got... Okay, well, we got real close that time, so... I'm actually feeling better now. Now, what comes past him is the question. He's probably not the last boss before Dracula. I'm just gonna throw that out there that I'm guessing. Oh, that didn't start well. Okay, so, point of order, don't run to the left side when you start this scenario. Nope. Start in the center. Because the starting on the left, you pretty much get yourself trapped and you get a whole bunch of size in the face right away. So, not great. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Alright. So, let's get him... In a way, I kind of like it when he does this now, because it is very easy to get several hits in on him. Ooh. Oh dear. No, I bombed up the timing on that one. Okay. Like, that's the thing. I would normally be so frustrated by this, but dealing with, now that I know how generous the checkpoints are in this section, like, I ain't even mad. This game has made me mad at some points in the past. You've seen it, but here, I've just, yeah, this is just like, whatevs, you know, I'll keep dying, I'll keep taking my licks, it's fine. Yeah, there is no doubt that compared to the NES Castlevanias, this one is almost tame, dare I say it. Especially watching Vinny play through the last bits of Castlevania 3 on the NES. Like, those last levels are just... They're cruel and unusual is what they are. Like, there's just no way to describe them other than, like, mean for no other reason than to be mean. Well, for no other reason than they wanted to pad out the lengths of the games. I'm sure, like, this game's average how long to beat time is something like 3.5 hours, but I imagine Castlevania 3 on the NES, if you're not like a speedrunner grade player, is probably 7 to 8, mostly just because of how mean those final sections are. You know what would be great is if he was just a little bit lower, I could stand there and just limp whip him and just keep putting limp whips on him and taking big chunks out of him that way. Ooh, come on. Don't screw it up, Parallax. Don't. Parallax, you're not listening. Got him down to 1. Got him down to 1. Alright, fool. I got you as good as I can get you. Playing games like this and remembering just how brutally difficult these are gives me a whole new level of respect for speedrunners, as if I didn't already have a ton of it, because the guys who are able to blow through these so quick and often do it without taking any damage, or only taking damage that's planned as part of their strategy, just, God, it blows my friggin' mind. It really does. So maybe I could stay here, because I don't seem to be able to hit him very well. Yeah, I wonder if I could do that, because from his starting position, I really can't get much of a hit in on him. But maybe if I aim towards where he lands in this left corner, it would be a little easier. They seem to have regressed a little bit here. I'm not doing a ton of damage to him. Why didn't it give me the long whip that time? Well, you can just piss right off, game. Why you gotta be like that? Yeah, you have to time the whip strike just right, because when his initial move, he'll always dodge it. I'm kind of not even interested in in putting in much effort on this run, because it's my last life and I don't have a good length whip. I actually did alright in spite of that. Okay. We're coming up on time here, but I feel like I have a little bit of momentum here, so it would be nice if I could get rid of this fool. But we'll see what happens. Ooh, that timed out alright. Really, the key thing is timing it so that I get him as he's throwing those things, because he seems to fire them on a set pattern. So if I can figure that out... Nope, I'm getting too greedy. I mean, you want to be greedy with a guy like this, because you just want this to be over. Oh, did he go back to this? Okay, now, don't be greedy, Parallax. Ha-ha! There we go! Alright. And I got a full life count. Oh. Aha, I do believe this is where we meet the big man. Yes, it is. Now, I am going to try to remember this little strategy before we end this. There it is. Yep. There's a hidden stairwell there. And if you take it, if you can make the jump and you take it, you get full health, full hearts, a boomerang, and a triple shot. Which I'm not going to say is a win button, because it's definitely not a win button against this fool, but... Alright, we're going to end this with one attempt. And then I'm going to call it an episode. And then we'll save the best for last. This is not easy, this fight. There are multiple variants of attacks here, multiple patterns. It's not easy at all. Because you have to hit him in the head, among other things. So you have to hit him in the head and avoid all these crazy dodge attacks. Which you can do with that thing if you aim it right. And you haven't seen nearly how bad this fight gets. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we do a full episode just fighting this guy. If not more than that, because it's rough. Because you basically have to hit him in the head. And then you have to make sure that you deal with those projectiles as well. It's really, really tough. You can actually deal with those projectiles by hitting them. I didn't take the power-up thing, did I? Oh, I'm even more special. Okay, well, it actually gave me a thing, except I only have 8 shots with it, so... Yeah, it's, and those projectiles, you can actually, apparently if you, like, hang your whip out in front of you like this, you can actually basically limp whip them all the way before they hit you. Because you see, it's not just that the projectiles break apart if you hit them, they also break apart if they cross your path. Okay, I think I'm figuring that out. But needless to say, we are going to be using that cheese bonus in the future. Sorry, but I don't want to be here for 17 hours trying to fight him the other way. I know it's kind of cheap, but it's a system in the game, and I'm here to entertain. So, yes, and then he starts doing that. And then he brings the fire out. All right. Well, you know what? We're at the end of the episode, but let's just try a couple of runs with him without all the special power-ups, and we'll just we'll run through this, and then we'll call it for today. But we're just about up on this thing. I'm honestly gotten to the end of this a little quicker than I thought. This last level, I mean, that boss rush thing, if the boss rush didn't have continues, where it continued you at each individual boss, I would absolutely have been playing this for episodes and episodes and episodes and episodes. That it gives you a continue after each individual boss is really very, very generous by the standards of the games of the day. It is an incredibly generous thing. Screw you. Yeah, the flying projectiles are extra nasty. Oh, and we're out of hearts, so. Oh. Oh my god, he even drops friggin' chickens? That's even crazier. Yeah, the fires. So they're not terribly hard to take out, but they fall on you and they leave damage behind. But the projectiles have ceased at least. Apparently there's a way to, like, limp whip those too. Yeah, I'm boning this one pretty good, but you know what? We've gotten him almost to the halfway point without the cheesing strategy, and I'm a good chunk of the way through it, so... Alright, you know what? We're at about 35 minutes, so I'm going to stop things there. But yeah, we're making good progress, so come back next time, guys, and hopefully we will put an end to this thing. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you liked what you saw, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It does help me out a great deal. And, well, we will end this next time, I hope. Take it easy, guys.